It was National FFA Week, and several students are doing what they can to really bring agriculture to the forefront. Grow co-host Steve White caught up with several FFA students. Some are really making an impact on issues even brought up on UNL's campus. Here's more.
You were a state officer in FFA. When you got to college, did you decide it was important to stay involved and active in an agricultural organization, and how did you get plugged in with the Collegiate Farm Bureau?
Absolutely. I was introduced to the Farm Bureau while I was a state FFA officer, and I think the Farm Bureau is a great professional organization that's a nice transition for students from that high school-aged FFA program into Farm Bureau. Very fortunate at the university, the growth we've had in Collegiate Farm Bureau, a lot of active membership happening there, over 100 members at UNL's campus alone, and working on developing programs around the state. Shadron is working on that, and maybe eventually here at UNK campus down the road as well.
You know, I know you've visited the legislature and those kinds of things. Do you think that even those folks, the state senators or the governor or whoever, appreciate hearing from young people specifically in agriculture?
Absolutely. I'm fortunate, or was fortunate to play a role in the Meatless Mondays issue at the university here a few months ago, and I think it's key, young people my age and my peers, paying attention to these issues because they do affect us, and while they affect folks who are older than us, our parents and grandparents' age, we've got a lot of years ahead of us, and they're affecting us and our children as well. So I think it's great that we provide impact as young people getting started in the agricultural industry, provide feedback to our state legislators because they listen. I've had great conversations with some of them. They're very interested in what we have to say, and they do pay attention to that.
On that Meatless Monday, that became a big issue that even made some national news. Were you surprised by all that?
I was certainly surprised by it, but I think it goes to show what grassroots movements can do. Just like the Farm Bureau stands for as grassroots movements, and the impact that one person's idea can have. Because of the fact that we had over 100 collegiate members show up to the Senate meeting that night, Collegiate Farm Bureau members show up to the Senate that evening, we were able to defeat that bill, change some minds, and one thing I said as a senator on the body, I was sure to mention the doors in agriculture for communication are wide open, and we're here to teach and to educate, to explain. We're not here just to hammer down on bad ideas, we're here to teach and educate.
As we look in this room, a lot of younger people getting involved in Farm Bureau leadership. Do you get the sense that younger people that are growing up in this social media, YouTube type era want to make sure that the story of agriculture gets told to people?
Absolutely. I think it's important to look at agriculture as the food and fiber system of the world, really. And young people, I learned this in a class at the university last week, for the first time, my generation, over half the people believe that business is not to make money, but rather to better society. And as agriculturalists, I think we have to be conscious of that, at least, that the consumers who are going to be buying this food are looking at how do we better society. We have to tell that story to educate people about the food and fiber system of the world.
We have your Grow forecast after the break, and meet the Farm Family of the Month. Don't go anywhere.